to Anything Goes Podcast, man. It's your boy Sean Peoples. Hey, people, listen. You like our vibes? You like the movement? Like, subscribe, share, comment in the comment section. Ring the notification bell so you can keep up with everything that we got going on. Oh, yeah. Jump in the community tab and vote. Also, check out all the information that we have up there. And another thing, too, man, we got our members and stuff, perks and all this good stuff. So sign up to be a member to the channel and stuff, man. You can get cool new perks, get all this new crazy special limited podcast stuff that we got. We got some special limited podcasts that only members gonna be able to see. So you ain't gonna want to miss those. So I'm here with my broskies. We love the whole skis. I'm just kidding. I'm here with Sharp Man and I'm here with Mr. Razor. What's going on, families? With y'all good? What's good, Razor?
Hey man, I'm chilling. I'm here.
Yeah.
How today?
Yeah, that's how it goes. Sharp Man, what's good with you, bro?
Yeah, man, living and loving life.
Yeah, man, that's your motto, you know. Hey, man, sitting here thinking about some things the other day, man. And, you know, at certain point in your life, you kind of start realizing some things are not for everyone. You know, everything ain't for everyone. Some things might be for you and some things might not be for another person. So let me ask y'all this, man. Do y'all think that in our community, do you think that it's necessary for college, or should one go to a trade school? And give me an explanation why you think yay or nay if you don't think so. Sharp Man, what you think about this?
So it's in college versus trade school.
Yeah.
I mean, both have their benefits and both are well needed. You know, college is great. Trade schools are great. A lot of people would have you think college is better than trade school. I don't necessarily agree with that because I feel like you can start at a trade school. Let's say trade school gets you to the Ford assembly line or something, right? You're in there, and while you're doing that, you're working on school. You know, so let's say you get to that job, you get into that job, you really enjoy it, but now you're thinking about, I want to move up the ladder some. You know, I want to go to a higher position. And, you know, maybe that requires some schooling. And so there you go. You already went to trade school. You have this great job already, but here you're looking. You have higher aspirations. You want to get to something a little bigger, so you start going to college. You know, you go to college. You're doing great in college. You get that next position. I mean, eventually, you could become the CEO of the company. Just by those steps that you've taken. So you don't necessarily have to jump into college right away because you may not have in your head at that point that you want to be the CEO. But just by virtue of the fact that going to trade school and getting into that position and enjoying what you're doing and believing in the company, that kind of propelled you to want to go try that and pursue that goal. So, you know, that's how I kind of view that aspect of it.
Yeah, before we go back to you again, Razor, what's your opinion on it, yo? Trade school, college, you know, if you were picking for your child, I would say, which one would you think would be better served for your kid in this time and age?
Well, like Shama said, I think they both have their benefits, but if I would go from a personal aspect, you know, I would say the trade school, because like you said, you can build yourself up, you know, and a lot of these companies that you see around here, they didn't go to college. Most of them, you know, they just started a company and they worked their way up. Throughout the process, schooling is going to be required. But, you know, if you're not trying to be a doctor or something like that, then, you know, I would more tend to lean towards the trade side, you know, because you know, the money's in it, you know, and a lot of time the trade is going to make you, you know, depending on how it goes, hundreds of thousands of dollars. You'll be making more than the doctors and the lawyers and, you know, and all those other people, you know. So it just depends on your aspiration and where you want to take it, because the sky is the limit. But schooling is important because even with trade, you're going to need school. But I guess if you're not just trying to do school 24/7 and doing that, book, studying book day in and day out, I'm going to lean towards the trade side.
Yeah, the book can get hectic. Tell me about
Yeah.
it. Tell me about it. Yeah, but I think we're three veterans. I was about to say ex-military personnel, but veterans sound much better. So we're three veterans, So we know that the military middle name is OJT, on the
Oh
job
yes.
training. Yeah,
Oh
so
yes.
that's why I believe in trade. I feel like nothing against college. I've been to college. Um, I aspire for my child to also go to college. But if in this time and age, I feel like, especially in our community, sometimes you go to college and they don't have they tell you don't have enough you don't have enough work. Because I've been to school, and when I go to the job, they tell me you need 2 years. Now, how am I gonna get 2 years if you don't hire me? I just came out of school. Where I'm gonna get the 2 years from? So there's a thing that I like to look at, the whole on the job training thing, like the military say. But I think trade school, that you go, you learn the trade, you're there on the job putting in the work, so you know the work. So at times you can even come up with your own side hustling, or whatever you want to call it, your own side business that you can step out there and do. Like you got a carpenters can on the weekend go out there and make some extra money by doing their own thing at the side if they're working for a company.
Right.
Eventually, even start your own company. So I'm more of I lean more towards the trade school, like Razor would say. Nothing against college though, as I think we have all been to college here. But at the end of the day, I think the trade school is probably more. I would say it's more better for some of our youths here, because not everyone aspired to go to a college. Not everyone aspired to hit the books every day, and some people, just be honest with you, some people just don't have that privilege to be able to just sit home and go to school. They have to go out there and make things work. So when you say school, when you say college or trade school, I mean they're both schools, but I think one prepare you a little bit better than the other. Sharp man, what you feeling about that?
You're absolutely correct on that. Like you were saying, with somebody being a carpenter or something, they can do like something on the side for themselves. I'm looking at specifically a plumber. Those guys, they go to trade school. You get guys come out, they may work for somebody for a few years, get their skills up, and they go start their own plumbing company. And those guys go on to be really successful, where they may have 10, 20 guys out there working, vans, whatever, out there working and making a good living from it, turn that business over to their child, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's, again, people look down on trade school sometimes because, that's that other mentality. We won't go there, but yeah. So listen, college is good for if you have to go be a doctor, a lawyer. Those require schooling, and I support that 100%. But besides that, a trade school can really, like Razor said, can really, really make you very successful.
Definitely.
Put you in the middle class, upper middle class. Where you can have investments. You can really, kind of really set yourself up, for the future.
I agree with that. I think schooling isn't for every. I don't think school is for everybody. I think we had this. We were talking about this not too long ago about sometimes just when Razor was saying when he was leaving his parents' house, he wasn't thinking about going to school. He's like, I just finished school. I'm trying to get out of school. and in the aspect, you have parents that was trying to drive you to go to school at some time, and you just want to break, you just want to relax and get some of that time back, and you also just want to jump out there and make some money. And sometimes the trade school can provide that for you, but then again, like you said, aspiring to be a doctor, a lawyer, something, maybe a big time engineer or something.
Right.
You're going to need that college, but not
requires
everyone
college,
aspires to do those things.
Right.
I don't aspire to be a doctor. I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to be a lawyer, a liar, a lawyer, whatever you want to call them.
Hey,
I don't want to be one.
Hey, be careful. I have people in my family that
got people in my family that are doctors and liars too. I mean, lawyers too. So, but at the end of the day, it's I think it's a preference. But I personally ask y'all the question about the community. I'm gonna throw my answer in before I go back to y'all. In our community, I think it's very difficult, even when we get a college diploma, to get a job. I think a lot of times those same person that look at us, they look at us as people that can do the work. They don't look at us as brainy people. So at times we have to learn how to play the game that they're playing. Sharpman said earlier, you get in with the trade and then you go to school and take their spot. Well, he didn't exactly say that.
But that's what you really do, though.
Take their spot. Because now you know the job and you have the education. So what you gonna do? Take their spot. So you go to the trade school thing. For me, I realized that a lot of my friends, a lot of family members, including myself, have college diplomas, and you don't necessarily work into that field. And your diploma means nothing in another field most of the time.
And then you have all these student loans, right? So that's a lot of things. What they do to us, they steer us into these college degrees that are useless sometimes.
Yeah.
That you have the degree, it's great, but the money that you're going to make from that degree is not enough to help you pay that loan back properly, right? Without struggling. So that we have to be careful about that too, by pushing our kids into college for some of these degrees that are not really worth the paper they're printed on. Just because of the cost that you paid for. Not that going to school wasn't good, just the cost that you paid for that school wasn't equivalent to what you're going to be able to kind of bring back, to yourself to be successful, without a lot of struggles, to be honest with you.
And then you have the people that say, man, I have my bachelor's in Dunkin' Donuts. Like, I mean,
great.
What you going to do with that?
Yeah, I think when you're going to college, especially as a youngster, you have to think about all factors, what you're going to school for, and then you got to think where you're going to live, because what you might be going to school for may not necessarily be good in the area that you're planning to live in. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So you have to take all these things into consideration when you're going to school, or when you're trying to get a diploma, a degree, because like you said, you could get that degree, and where you're living, there's no jobs available for you. Or if there is, it's so tight that you're never going to get in.
Best of the best, when you go there, they tell you.
I have one suggestion though.
Yeah.
For anybody that's watching and that kids going to college, an internship is one of the greatest things. They have to internships. They have to, man. Like if you want to be a lawyer, you should be doing an internship at a law firm, right? You should be doing an internship at a law firm for the summer, just to get the time in, so that when you apply to law school, you can have something to put on that application. There's a lot of things that you have to do. Again, you can't get experience if you don't go out and work. And this is one way to get some experience before you're out in the workforce, basically. I mean, it is kind of the workforce too. Those internships, some are paid and some are unpaid, but
it is.
It's a good thing.
The thing that I was going to touch on is the unpaid internship. I was going to say that, some of us don't have that luxury to be able to go out there and work for free, because no. There's high student loan, there's high, we have to be out there trying to cut it to keep our life going. So we still have to be working.
Only the fortunate parents can do that, be able to let the kids do an unpaid internship, basically.
Definitely. So I would steer my kid in. We all know our kids, so what your kids can accomplish or what they can accomplish. Sometimes we as people get overzealous by saying you can do anything you want to do. Stop lying to your kid.
But that's like that thing. Everybody gets a trophy, and that's not true. Everybody don't get a trophy. Everybody don't get a trophy.
If we come in last and you give my kid a trophy, I'm gonna throw it back in your face.
Everybody don't get a trophy.
That's how you learn. I don't.
Listen.
There's no. I only hear about trophies for first, second, and third. If I
I'ma
come
tell
in
you-
fourth and you give me a trophy, I'm gonna be upset.
I'm gonna give y'all a quick little story about me and one of my athletes in the family. We went to all these tournaments and we went like early on. We played high school and we played a lot of club. When we started our club, we used to go on the weekends. We used to come home Saturday on the weekends, but we used to lose on the weekends. We used to lose a lot. But through that loss and struggling and playing hard, we started winning. We started winning championships.
Mm-hmm.
We started getting medals. You know, we started winning like regionals and things like that. We started scoring a lot of goals. So I don't believe that everybody win. My daughter came home some days and she was sad, and I couldn't even talk to her some days because she didn't want to talk about the game. But here I am. I want to analyze again. I want to say, what could have happened with this play that the ref called. She didn't want to hear that.
One of them short, man. I'd be mad too, man.
Hey,
you out there playing? It's you out there playing.
And I'm trying to analyze. I'm like, hey, look, I'm trying to be all positive. You know me, I'm positive. I'm trying to be all positive. It's like, hey, look, we're not really doing this right now. And when she got like that, I got it. We stopped, do what we had to do, get our little grub, and then we just drive home in silence with some music on, and just drove home. But I'm just saying though, everybody doesn't win, and like you said, they can do a lot of stuff, but they can't do necessarily everything.
You know your kid's strengths, and you know your kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Work with them on that. If you know your kid's strength is community college, or go to a trade school, and work with that. And there's nothing wrong with community college. I also been there too.
Yeah.
The thing is that if you know your kid is gonna excel with their hands, let's say you see your kids working around, they doing certain things with their hands in the house. That's what you help your kid excel at, stuff like that. I think a lot of parents have unrealistic dreams, unrealistic expectations for their kids.
Because society has told us that if you didn't go to college, you're nothing.
Nobody. Yeah,
you're nobody. I mean, that's what society is pushing, right?
And a lot of times you could, like you were saying, your kid could miss their calling, because you're trying to push something that's not, when he's good at working with his hands or whatever, and that's his calling. So you got to push that.
We don't support our kids a lot of times in this community. We try to tell our kids, your kid tell you, I want to be an actor. You like, boy, ain't no room to be an actor. And I know that personally because I wanted to be an actor. But, but over the years, we realized that a lot of other races of people, a lot of other different dimensions of people are using certain things that we frown upon in our community to give themselves generational wealth. And I think we have to stop that. We got to start supporting our kids. We got to start helping mold our kids. You know what your kids are good at. You know your kids are good at cooking dinner. You might need to send your kid to a chef school.
Go be a chef. Yeah, exactly.
You might need to go get your kid trained properly on being a chef. Don't be telling your kid he's going to be a lawyer when he can't spell lawyer, but he can cook. And direct him in the way that he need to go.
Yeah.
But
a lot of parents try to push their aspirations on the kids.
Exactly, and I hate that.
That's damaging.
I hate when a parent tell you, my kid is gonna be a doctor. Now your kid 3 months old.
Yeah.
How you know he's gonna be a doctor?
If you want to be a doctor, you should go be a doctor.
Exactly. Your kid 19 and out there playing with a ball on a string, talking about he gonna be a doctor. Yeah, what kind of doctor? Like, come on, man. Like, get it together.
Oh,
I ain't trying to be disrespectful to nobody. I'm just saying, let's be realistic.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Realistic goals.
If you're too realistic, then it's being disrespectful. No, let's just be realistic. Come on, we know anybody can do anything if they try hard enough, but sometimes it's just not within them. Sometimes it's just not there.
Set realistic goals. That's all I'm saying. But it's one of them things, my brothers. I think this is a great conversation. At the end of the day, whatever your kid wants to be, I think you should support them. Yeah. I think that if you know that your kids are very put together when it comes to using their hands, they're very knowledgeable and seeing stuff put together, they can break them apart and put them back together. You might not want to force your kid to do something that they don't want to do. You might want to tell them, hey, go learn that trade. You can take away this car apart and put it back together pretty well. Let's send you to a mechanic school so you can learn the fact of being a mechanic, instead of me trying to send you to school for you to be an engineer or a doctor when you have no aspiration to do that and you have no clue how to get to that goal. Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
But, Who are we? We just some bunch of dummies talking about stuff that we don't know.
Just some guys sitting around some computers, man. Just
No, it's
just
not like we got anything going on for ourselves. So we just talking.
Hey, I'm gonna play doctor.
Yeah, you know. Well, you know, this Anything Goes Podcast. Your boy Sean Peoples. I'm here with Mr. Razor. I'm here with my brother Short Man. Hey, y'all want to be a member of the channel? Let's jump in that membership tab up there. Sign up to be a member, and y'all can get some cool perks, man. We're gonna have this one podcast that's gonna be dropping only for members here in a couple of days. So you don't want to miss out on that. Like, subscribe, share, comment in the comment section, ring the notification bell, jump in the community tab. And I think every Thursday we're going to start going live with our live podcast. What y'all think, brothers? I think that's a good idea, right?
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Jump in there, subscribe, tell your friend. We're going to have a number you can call in. You can communicate in the chat room. We're gonna have some fun, man. I'm gonna bring my water up here and my Baileys, and we just gonna have a great time, man.
I got my decaf now. I'm ready.
Razor, don't get drunk off your water like you did the last time we went out. You know,
one undone.
One bottle, and that's it.
One undone.
Yeah, you know. Hey, man, it was a great conversation, my brothers. You know, enjoy the topics that we talk about all the time, man. I feel like this podcast have the potential to make it far. So let's keep pushing, man. We out of here.